Hi, Kirtan. It's Daphne here. My name's, Daphne. I'm one of the tutors here at IELTSpodcast.com. Thank you for getting involved in the course. It's really good to have you with us. So first essays here, first two, task twos. This one about schools have to be more entertaining. Others think their sole purpose is to educate. Okay, so let's go straight in. Implementation of amusing events and activities in education institutions should also be done apart from just imparting academic knowledge to students. Okay, this is nice. You need to put where it says some people believe. So you're paraphrasing, you're showing me you understand this, which is great. But I think you need to have something here, but many educationalists or teachers and parents argue that the implementation, or I would say more the inclusion, would be better. So you need to kind of introduce this sentence a little bit more of a gentle way. I'd say inclusion rather than implementation of amusing events. Amusing, I think you've tried to paraphrase entertaining, but we could also have interesting, challenging, something like that. It's not really necessarily funny. Amusing suggests funny. In institutions should be done, should also be done. That the inclusion, I say maybe the inclusion of these activities in institutional events should be considered as well as just. So I would say should be considered as well as just imparting. Okay, rather than apart from. That's a slightly different meaning. Here I need your opinion because it's an opinion essay. So we need opinion here. Here, okay, and then this essay. So tell me what you think. This essay will discuss, portrays the criticality of. This is a little bit too formal. It doesn't sound natural. Band 9 has to be natural and sophisticated. This doesn't sound natural. This essay will discuss the crucial importance or the critical importance of here you can have implementing interesting events rather than in contrast to simply following. You'd have to have ing there. Educational norms. So lovely language. Make sure it sounds natural. Don't go so formal. It just sounds rather strange. Firstly, if universities organise enjoyable events, so again, watch out for enjoyable. It's okay, but it's not very exciting. Challenging, innovative, stimulating. And we're not just talking universities. Remember here, it does talk about schools, okay? Schools, so be careful. If you go on to universities immediately, you could be going off track. So if they organise events, it will intrigue students, which would definitely increase their participation in these activities and remove their lackadaisical attitude towards attending sessions. Good. I like that. Now, you've used a first conditional. It would be more natural to use a second conditional. If they did this, it would intrigue students, which would definitely increase. So for me, it should be a second conditional, not a first conditional. Good to use it, but you understand the difference. Hypothetical, unreal conditional is what you want. This is due to the fact that students are usually inquisitive about about participating in. Rather than gathering in, I would say participating in. Enjoyable activities. So that should be an adjective there. Write down all these corrections as we go through, because then you will have a record of mistakes that you've made in the past. So participating in enjoyable activities and competitions like dance, music. Now, it wouldn't be culinary. It would be culinary activity, so it could be cooking or cooking. Okay. Make your list really 3 things is okay in the list. Don't put here and many more because that just looks lazy. For instance, as per the attendance report of Toronto, the presence, article there, of all undergraduates is at its peak during the month of December when the college festival is organised. Really nice. Good example there. Therefore, the planning of similar kinds of occasions at university should not be ignored if colleges want their students to be highly energetic and perform better in attendance and exams. So you need to have that at the end because yes, you can be energetic, but why? Why is that a good thing? Okay, so I think you need to add that there. And be very careful. I am concerned about talking about university here when it does say schools. You could change that whole thing and make it into schools. Yeah, there's a difference in English. Yeah, a school is till 18, a university is above 18. Secondly, teenagers who are extremely engrossed. Okay, extremely engrossed is a little bit informal actually. Engrossed is a little bit informal. So I would say who are managing college, who are absorbed in managing college, or more distracted. Sorry, more distracted, which results in declining academic performance. How do you mean engrossed in managing college? Not sure what you mean there. Declining academic performance. This is because undergraduates usually have a lower engrossment power. What do you mean by engrossment power? Do you mean concentration, which can affect their learning adversely? For example, and then here you need to say because I don't know what you mean here. So if you say because, you might be able to explain it, and then I can understand it better. For example, recent research indicates that students studying who are part of educational institutions that organise more extraneous and extracurricular, I think you would say, activities demonstrate a decline in performance. Okay, students, you don't need to have studying. So students who are part of educations that organise more extracurricular activities demonstrate a decline in their performance by 30% compared to more studious students, so other more academically focused, maybe students. Would that make it clear there what we mean? Therefore, colleges should organise educations rarely, so students should concentrate on academic studies as well. Okay, I mean, you've totally contradicted yourself, but so I think you need to make it a little bit clearer. So, students should be cautious about doing this. So you said, yeah, it's amazing, but then you say, no, it's terrible. Just be a little bit more, I know you have to say both sides, but here, you could talk about the benefits of exam results. Yes, you can have fun, but you still need very good exam results if you want to have a good job. I would take it in that direction rather than totally contradicting yourself. Hence, here you want your opinion again. Although implementing enjoyable activities can increase inclusiveness of students, extensive participation may display substandard outcomes. Yes, good. Therefore, enjoyable or interesting activities should be organised once or twice. You'd have to say at the utmost, once or twice in an academic year to sustain the intrigue and participation of students. Good. Very nice conclusion there. Good first essay. Lovely language. You've got some ambitious grammar. You're working hard on the grammar. And just develop it a little bit more for me. Don't worry too much about the length. Where are you on length at the moment? Yeah, you can go up to 300 if you need to develop your argument, which you probably will do need to. Okay, doing an activity with a child. So this is children. Well done. And you've listened to Ben's module, which is good to talk about sport and gaming, good examples here. So again, you need something a little bit more gentle at the beginning of here. Enhancement of skills in children other than what they study in academics is necessary, which is possible if they're involved in extracurricular activities. So be careful here. We're talking about reading. We're not talking about academics. So it is widely believed that it is important to enhance children's skills, and this can be achieved in many ways other than just reading. You need to just change that around a bit, that sentence. Opinion again here. To what extent do you agree? So opinion. And then this essay explains how children, so we don't use kids, it's too informal, are able to improve their creative ability. So yes, you've used creative ability, but I'm a little bit unsure about repeating these words from the question, even though it's not identical. So it improves their key skills, their key physical and cognitive skills, just list some of them, by participating, by being participative yes, I just literally by participating in. You'd have to say by being a participant in, but again, it makes it a bit long and it doesn't sound very natural. Okay, uh, non-academic, yeah. Uh, no one's talking academic here. Uh, by participating in sport or music or gaming, something. Tell me where you're going. Firstly, children. Uh, So firstly, in today's world, many children enjoy playing on console games, which tends to enhance spontaneous responsive skills. This is due to the fact that visual gaming events are usually real time, which requires, or so this requires, decision making ability. Good, very nice. Okay, you give me something else here. Decision making ability, therefore, children need to develop what kind of skills? Quick reactions. Yeah, tell me a bit more here. Then your example. Recent study by researchers in Harvard showed that children consistently play interactive games consistently for 2 hours a day, maybe, can solve mathematical problems 20% faster than others. Good. In addition, it also increases spatial awareness of the child as the games include platform from various geographical regions. Okay, that is geographical awareness. Spatial awareness is literally the space around you, I think. Spatial or geographical. Awareness and knowledge you could put in there if you're going to various world regions maybe. But very nice writing, that's good. Secondly, again, children who participate or who are encouraged to participate in because it's doing it with them. Cricket, chess, football. So again, cricket, chess or football, just use 3. More effective. And then you could have could rather than can. I like could. Improve their physical and cognitive abilities. This is because these sports develop reflexive as well as responsive power in children, which upgrades their skill set. Good. Why is this important? So give me a bit more here. So what? Tell me why this is important. For instance, recent report by the British, a recent report indicated that, I think you mean kids, but just say those youngsters who are involved in playing sport can manage their time 40% more effectively than others. Good, that's nice, interesting. Maybe also they're fitter as well. Children who usually participate in extraneous. Yeah. We would say this in English more. Sporting or gaming events are possibly. Be very careful making a big statement like that. You cannot prove it in this essay. Smarter and cleverer. Okay. Consequently, children, I believe that. So opinion in here. Children should be a part of various extra activities which could make them more innovative and engaged. You can't make them innovational, more innovative. Therefore, educational studies are equally necessary. Yes, now we're talking reading. Okay, so you need to get this back to reading, not school. Increasing awareness about participation of children in the non-academic events among parents might push them to jump in the ground, to be more ambitious, maybe, and perform extraordinarily in the future. Okay, so nice essay here. What you haven't acknowledged is reading, because this bit here in the question, than reading, this is really, really important. So yes, I can play on games, but these are skills I cannot learn by reading. Yes, I can do sport. Again, I can't do this by reading. So you could use an although. Although reading is extremely important in school, children who participate in sport, you must address this side of the question, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, but Kirtan, good start here. Very nice essays and well done. Really good start.